And we are live. Welcome back to this week's Market Report with Florida Listing Source. I'm here with Eric Ray Kinnis, who is the man, the myth, the legend. He is the guy behind all of the juicy, as he calls it, numbers and marketing and home sales and all of the stuff that you need to do and need to know in order to be successful as a realtor here in Port St. Lucie and the Treasure Coast. Eric, welcome back, man.
Goodness, I'm not so sure how I can follow that introduction. Jorge, how are you, man? Good to see you.
I'm well. I'm well. Good to see you
Excellent.
too.
Excellent.
Yeah. How's your week been this week?
My week's been killer, man. It's been great. Been busy, really busy. Can't
Yeah.
complain. Um, so business side is great.
Yeah.
Personal side, spent a lot of time on the soccer field, watching some kids um, improve. I found a new love recently for hanging out on the soccer field. Um,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
That's
I'm not.
the
I should have done it 20 years ago more, but I didn't.
yeah.
So I
Yeah.
guess now I'm making
Well,
up for it.
it doesn't matter what age you get into soccer. It's a great sport. So
Yeah, for
you're
sure.
you're talking about
Absolutely.
the PSL soccer club, right?
I am. Yes, I am.
Yeah.
PSL Hurricane Soccer Club.
Yeah.
So
I love it. My kid has been
you're
going
coaching
there
there now
for
too.
a little bit. I'm trying. I don't know if I'm
Oh,
doing
come
any
on, man.
good,
You're knee
but
deep. You're in it. You don't whether you know it or not. You are in it.
in it to win it.
You are, man. You
In it
don't
to
even
win
know it.
it. Yeah, man. So yesterday, I don't know if you knew this, but yesterday we had somewhat of a tropical storm going on.
Was that
Like
like
here in
see here? See you're here in South Florida. We call that 3 o'clock. So,
this is the problem
so
when you
this
come
is
from New York.
yeah.
You
You don't
know,
know any. You don't
I
know about
was
3 o'clock, huh?
I was putting up the shutters. I was putting up the storm
Yeah.
windows.
No. Yeah. Yeah. Welcome to
there
three
were there
o'clock
were
in
people
South Florida.
stranded. Yeah, yeah.
If you ain't from
Well,
around here,
I guess the
you kind of.
natives were
If you know, you know. See.
the natives were out walking their dogs, huh?
Yeah, they're good. We go
Yeah.
hunker down for 10 minutes and we know it's over. That's all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, speaking of dogs, and I didn't plan this, but Jimmy, we saw this week, we got
Jimmy.
report
That's
that
right.
Jimmy from the Humane Society actually found a home.
He did. He did just this week. They had the Luke Day over at Memorial
Hmm.
Park in Stewart. Um, Next Home Treasure Coast put that on, and from
Yeah.
what I understand, the one of the photographers that was there saw
Hmm.
Jimmy. It was made a connection. They pushed it through. I guess at the where it is they live to get the
Yeah.
dog
Yeah.
approved, and from what I understand, I'm not 100% sure. We're going to hear from Shannon in a few minutes, but from what I
Yeah.
understand, Jimmy's at a new home.
Yeah. Yeah. That's so cool, man. So glad Jimmy had been there for 9 months. I think it was
Yeah,
that
that's
that
what I heard.
that we heard, and he found a home at this event. So thank goodness for that. We will have Shannon on. She is with us in backstage right now, and we're gonna bring her on to talk a little bit about what's happening at the Humane Society and and what we can look forward to within the next few weeks.
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely.
Yeah. So let's talk a little bit about the market report. The whole purpose of this, we're going into the weekend and we want to get ready. Whether you're looking to sell your home, whether you're looking to buy a home, you want to know what's going on, what's happening in the real estate market right now, Mr. Eric Rickiness.
Yeah, everybody's always like, especially nowadays, right? The real estate market's been on fire for the last 2.5 years.
Hmm.
So everybody's, whether you own a house, you're thinking about selling, you're thinking about buying, everybody's just talking about it, right? It's
Yeah.
just, it's just the buzz. And some people, there's a lot of talk, a lot of buzz about, at some point there's going to be a crash. Um, that's been, I mean, there's always a certain number of people who are talking about that, but it's been a lot more talked about over the last couple of years as well, just because of the sharp increase in values um, and how hot the market's just been running. So, I think the fundamentals from what we can see in the real estate world are solid. Um, Lenders have still been as stringent as they were in 2009, 10, and 11 on, you know, what they require in order to approve somebody for a loan. So
Hmm.
throughout this time frame, I think one of the benefits, one of the pillars we have in this particular market is that if you've had to borrow over the past decade, you've been required to prove that you can borrow. You can, your
Yeah.
credit has to be good, your debt
Yeah.
to income ratio has to be good, and you have to. And you can talk to anybody who's bought a house in the last decade. Their lender asks them for the same documents over and over and over again.
Hmm.
It becomes intrusive and
Oh yeah.
actually painful. But people, it's just it's a necessary evil. We have, lenders have to make sure, and I can certainly appreciate why and that they are doing it.
Hmm.
Um, to ensure that their investment is sound. Um,
Right, because what I understand is you're not getting a loan against the house, you're getting a loan against your income, and you're securing it with the house. That's how I've understood it so far. Is that correct?
so the lender has a lien on your home. They're the first position on a lien. So you don't, you have a mortgage that you have to pay back. There's a contractual obligation,
Right.
and if you don't, the lien states that the bank can take the house back. So
Hmm.
unless you have a mortgage, and same applies for taxes and other things, but that's a whole nother discussion.
Hmm.
So yes, the bank, has a lien on your home and can take your home. So
Hmm. Wow. Good stuff. How is that affecting? Because you're talking a little bit about how things are perhaps changing in that area. How is that impacting the consumer?
So, what we're seeing is people obviously have a tremendous amount of equity. Over the past decade, people have made good decisions. They've been forced to. They could no longer, after things changed after the crash in 2007. People weren't
Hmm.
allowed to leverage multiple homes, couldn't do loans on the back of a napkin. So what that has forced people to do is make good decisions. To and so as a result, nowadays people have a lot of equity in their home. They're
Okay.
playing by the rules. They have good practices, good sound financial practices. So they have a considerable amount of equity in their home. But the decision
Hmm.
is, you might have a considerable amount of equity in your home, but you know, is it a wise move to take the equity out or refinance? Um, with interest rates are coming up, from what I understand, looks like the average interest rate has been on the rise. Um, and if you sell, what are you going to buy? What's on the other side? So
Hmm.
I brought some stats today. Local market update for concentrating on St. Lucie County today. So Fort Pierce and Port St. Lucie. Fort Pierce, I think, is just a really hot spot, right? So I think I grew up in West Palm in the late '80s, and I've been saying this until I've been, I'll be blue in the face soon, right? But I'll say it until it happens, and it's going to happen. Fort Pierce is the next, I think, the next frontier. It's already shown tremendous signs of growth recently, but
Yeah.
you look at it geographically, it's poised to be the next,
Right.
big Florida city,
It is
coastal,
so beautiful. I mean, there's so many beautiful places in Fort Pierce. So
right?
many great things are happening there.
Oh, they've
You've
got the
got,
green water. If you ever seen
yeah,
the you go over that the South Bridge, the green water coming in the inlet is just that's what South Florida is all about, right?
yeah,
So,
breathtaking.
uh, yeah, you got that ocean water. The Gulf Stream is still close enough to the coast that there's a great
Hmm.
great currents, and
Yeah.
great fishing, beautiful beaches. So yeah, I think that Fort Pierce is up and coming and going to be one of the next great cities you'll see in coastal South Florida.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
S-
but I did have some stats that I printed out today. So focusing on St. Lucie County and Port St. Lucie in general, Port St. Lucie and Fort Pierce specifically. I'm looking at right now the closed sales, key metrics for single family homes, townhomes, and condos. What we're doing is we're comparing year over year. So we're looking and the numbers that I have available to me at this point are as late as February of 2022. But so and as of today, April 7, um, you know, obviously things haven't changed that much. Maybe a percent or two, but not that much in this market. Um, what we're seeing that's contributing to the heat of the market, as well as, on top of, historically low interest rates,
Hmm.
is the number of homes available for sale. In 2021, February of 2021, we had 397 homes available. You'll see up at the top left of this document we have here, 397 homes available for sale in February 2021. In February 2022, 352 homes available. That's an 11.3% reduction, excuse me, year over year. So what is that? That's inventory or supply, right? Um, and everybody's been feeling this. If you're out there trying to buy a home, everybody's been feeling this. This next stat, the median sales price of a home in Port St. Lucie in February of 2021 was $280,000. As of February 2022, the median sales price was $360,000. So it's a 28.6% increase. 28.6% increase year over year. So, like I said, if you've been out shopping for homes, this is single family homes, right? So if you've been out shopping for homes, you're feeling that right there. Again, average sales price was $300,180 in 2021, February 2021. In February 2022, average sales price was $381,000. So a 26.9% increase in the average. Huge increases. And we have the buyers. The buyers are coming from different areas. So yes, if you've been out shopping for a home, you've been feeling those numbers. Those are single family home numbers in Port St. Lucie.
Yeah.
Townhome and condo numbers tell a slightly different story. What's interesting, when I was sort of paying attention to the macroeconomics in the beginning of 2020, as the pandemic started to move through our country,
Hmm.
there was a trend in real estate that people were moving away from homes that were close, higher density population living areas, such as multifamily, condos, townhomes, villas, those types of things, for a couple of reasons. First of all, uh,
Hmm.
across the nation, professional work and those types of things would be more condensed into a city kind of environment. So people would live closer to each other, to work next to each other. As the pandemic spread, people want to be further away from each other.
Right.
So there was a theory that, or a movement that people made from condos, townhomes, multifamily type of higher density population living areas to a more spread out single family home out of the city into the country or less densely populated areas
Yeah.
around cities, because they didn't necessarily, first of all, you had remote work, right? People wanted, weren't working in the office, they were working out of their
Hmm.
homes. They didn't want to be close to each other because that's how the virus was spreading, right? Everybody's touching each other, sneezing and
Right.
coughing and whatever. So they want to get out, they just get away from the density. Also, people were realizing that they were living in such close proximity to each other, that the size home they were living in wasn't big enough to accommodate their, the size of their family if
Yeah.
everybody's going to be home all the time,
Why do I
right?
keep seeing this little person's face everywhere I go? Oh, it's
That's right. That's right.
because
That's right. Oh,
the
that's
house
right.
is
Now
too
I'm a
small.
teacher and have to keep doing my job from home in a whole new situation, and everybody's home now, right?
Yeah.
So there was a migration or a movement to move out of densely populated. So anyway, I say all that to get to the townhome and condo numbers for Port St. Lucie. Year over year, 21 to 22. February is the latest information I have. Closed sales as of February 2021 were 38. Closed sales in 2022 as of February, so year over year, were 45. We saw an 18.4% increase in the number of sales of condos, which is interesting because I'm not sure what that says. If that says that people had moved away and then are moving back, but it sort of bucks the trend from what I had heard. Uh, you know, a year prior. So
Yeah.
average sales. Now this one is astonishing right here. Pay close attention. The median sales price of a condo in Port St. Lucie in February of 2021 was 177,250. And February of 2022, the median sales price of a condo in Port St. Lucie was $250,000. $250,000. That's a 41% increase year over year in the
That
townhome and
is
condos.
wow.
I mean, that's astonishing. So I mean, and
Yeah,
I
it's
I would have
huge.
never I would have never believed it. You know, there's condos. It's just I never would have thought that would have happened. So
Yeah, for a
um,
condo.
I mean, condos are beautiful. I mean, and we're talking about uh, you
Yeah.
know there's St. Lucie West and Tradition that has some condos
Mm.
just within Port St. Lucie. Some condos, townhomes, and then some other things scattered around Port St. Lucie. But multifamily isn't. I really should look into the numbers on how much multifamily, um,
Yeah,
you know how much multifamily housing there is in Port St. Lucie, and it's coming along. There's more of it popping up over the last couple of years, but there's
sure.
really not a whole lot of it in Port St. Lucie.
Yeah.
But I just thought that was a really astonishing number, a
This is
41% increase.
this is huge. It's a very it's a huge difference, and but it does speak to what's going on, to the pandemic and all of the situations that have happened as a result of it. So I think with that huge number, this is a good place to kind of take a break and
Yeah, sure.
bring Shannon in and have her talk a little bit about what's happening with the Humane Society and with today. Or normally during the week they have special things that they feature. They have an animal of the month. She's going to talk more about it, so I'm going to let her do it. I'm going to go ahead and bring her on.
Hi
Hello, Shannon.
guys.
Hey, Shannon.
Hi.
Hi.
Oh, Harvey's coming out to say hi.
Who's that?
This is Harvey. So
Oh my
he
goodness.
is one of
Hi,
our
Harvey.
cat residents here. He's actually our pet of the month right now.
Oh boy.
Yes.
Awesome.
So every month we do a pet of the month, someone who has been here longer and might need the extra exposure just to help them find their forever home. So a little bit about Harvey is he is 6 years old. He is an amazing cat. He is great with other cats. He's actually we're inside one of our adult feature rooms right now. So there are
Okay.
about 10 other cats that are his best friends in here.
Oh, nice.
So he is cat friendly. He loves kids. He was adopted to a house with kids, and the kids all loved him. He's super friendly. Well, I was sitting here waiting to come on, and he just like climbed right into my lap. He'll lay with anybody. Super
awesome.
friendly. He's kind of goofy. I'm kind of hoping he does it while we're on camera, but he like
Yeah.
hops around the room in the goofiest way, and it's really
Really?
adorable.
No
Oh,
kidding.
man.
Yeah. So Harvey is he did come to us through animal control. He was someone's house cat that had gone out. We don't know how long he had been out for, but he did get attacked
Oh,
by
wow.
something. We don't know what, but he did have to have a couple surgeries when he first got here. He
Have
does have a
mercy.
scar on his face because part of his face unfortunately did come off because of the attack, and he did lose part of his tail. But it did not damage his spirit because he's still the friendliest cat.
Wow. That's something interesting. I've always thought, it's important to keep the house cats, of course, in the house,
Yes.
but if your house cat goes out, I always treat it with my cats where it's like if they go outside, we need to immediately get them back inside, and it's like this panic. But but this is the reason why they can get into a
Right.
fight with something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Poor Harvey.
Yeah. So he actually was brought to us originally in 2020. He was adopted out in that same year. However, it just wasn't a good fit with the family. His nails got too long, I guess, and the family didn't like that. And so
Oh,
they ended
you
up.
can't. They don't declaw. I mean, I know it might be a controversial thing anymore, but
Yeah, so we don't declaw here, but we do trim the cat's nails, and that should avoid all
Okay.
issues. And so
Okay.
really all he needed was a nail trim. But the family,
Okay.
unfortunately, did not want that. So he's
Hmm.
with us. His nails
Okay.
have been trimmed. He
Okay.
actually was
Good.
so friendly throughout the whole process. Like, I know some can be hard while trimming their nails, but he was so easy. So I'm like, man, I wish they hadn't have given up on him. But he is
Yeah.
waiting for his forever home this time. And
Okay.
we're really hoping to find that for him.
Yeah, absolutely. Seems
Harvey
like
the
a sweet
cat.
cat.
Oh my gosh, he's the best. He's eating right now, or I'd show him again. But
Okay. All right. Very
yeah.
good.
Yeah.
So while we were talking about cats, I thought I'd bring up. Oh, he's coming back over. He wants to say hi. You want to say hi? He's like, hi,
There he
guys.
is.
Hey,
There's
Harvey.
Yeah.
Oh, he looks like what he looks like. He looks like the it's like never mind. I'm not even. He
Oh
looks like
my
the kitten that
gosh.
you see, like the perfect kitten, right? He's got these nice big eyes. He's
Big eyes.
cool.
Yeah. So you
Yeah,
can see
really?
the scar a little
Somebody?
bit on the right side of his face, right
He's a
over
great-looking
here.
cat.
But yeah, he's super good cat. I mean, not many
Yeah.
cats would let me hold them like that.
Yeah.
So
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
it's a really
Somebody
good
come
cat.
pick up Harvey, huh?
Yes.
Harvey needs a good
exactly.
home.
He has some
Yeah.
life experience.
Yes.
And he's 6 years old. That's like perfect age for a cat, right?
Yeah, he's like a
they're
little
kind of kittens
teenager.
before. That's like like the perfect age. They already know how to use the litter box. They're not, they're not, running around tearing stuff apart.
Yeah.
I hope anyway.
Yeah. So while we were talking about cats, I thought I'd kind of bring up kitten season, since it is something that all shelters face around this time of the year. So kitten season is pretty much, it can go as long from March all the way up until August or September. So it's basically the time of year where cats tend to mate more often, and we see an influx of kittens in shelters. So I did just want to give some community announcements for what to do if you do find very little kittens in your community, in your yard, wherever you find them. First, obviously, check if they're injured or they look like they're very unhealthy. Then bring them to the shelter. Or call animal control. Animal control is typically the first step, just so they can vet them, see if they can find the mom, and then bring them to us. If the cat looks like it's healthy and it doesn't have any obvious injuries, you should really wait for the mom. So the mom is probably in the area. The mom can be gone for up to 2 to 4 hours. The mom can be out looking for food, and the mom's gonna come back and find that kitten. The best place for that kitten is honestly with its mom. It has its best chance of a healthy life with the mom.
Survival.
Yeah, because the reality is, if you bring the kitten to the shelter, they're opened up to a variety of
Diseases, probably.
yeah,
Right?
because they're too young
A lot of
for us.
exposure.
Yeah, exactly. We have 175, 200 cats at any given time.
Goodness.
So they're exposed to a lot of other cats when they come here.
Yeah.
And the reality is that they're too young for us to vaccinate them to help protect them. Whereas the mom is the one that's able to give them the nutrients and
Provide immunity, really.
yeah. So best place is definitely with its mom. So if you find a kitten that doesn't look injured or sick, I would leave it and wait for the mom to come and find it. Because the mom's going to come back for it.
Sure.
It just might be out looking for food.
And you were telling me, it's funny. It's interesting. I learned while I was, you guys were teaching me how to walk dogs the other day. I learned about the kitten colony behind the shelter.
Yep. So we do have a community cat population. So so there are feral cats who just they were never raised with people. They don't like people. And they've lived outside their whole lives. They consider the outside their home. And in reality, they also don't want to be brought to a shelter. They don't want to live in a kennel. The odds of them getting adopted is low because they don't like people. So who's going to want to get a cat that is going to potentially attack them?
Wild animal into captivity, right?
Exactly. So the outside is their home. So we do provide a home outside our shelter to about 20 cats. So we do feed them. We do vaccinate them and spay and neuter as much as we can to keep them from reproducing and increasing the pet population. But so there are cats who don't need to be brought to the shelter and who can call vet outside their home.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
Interesting. You learn something new every day, right?
exactly.
Yeah, that is so good to know. If you see kittens outside, and I guess if they look healthy, just leave them alone with their mom and let them be. That's great advice for us as we enter kitten season. I believe
I didn't
Shannon
realize
called
there was
it
a kitten season. It's
Yep,
awesome.
it's
kitten,
a
Good to
thing.
kitten
know.
season. Kitten season. There's hurricane season and there's kitten
And
season.
welcome to South Florida, ladies and gentlemen.
So Shannon, you're going to go ahead and show us a little bit more about just with some dogs, as I understand. So we're going to give you some time to set up, and we're
Awesome.
going to head back over to the stats and talk a little bit more about the South Florida Treasure Coast area real estate. All right. Thank you for coming on, and
See you in a
you are
minute,
coming
Shannon.
back. See you in a bit. All right, we are back. Mr. Ray Kinnis.
Yes, sir.
We were talking about Port St. Lucie specifically, and we were talking about the condos. The last thing that we shared was the median sales price,
Yeah.
and how it was up 41%. So
Well,
so you want to move
funny
on to Fort
thing.
Pierce, or you want to
Yeah.
say
I've
a little
got
bit
Fort
more?
Pierce. I got the Fort Pierce numbers right here as well.
Okay.
So you can see here on Port St. Lucie's in the second section down, labeled townhouse and condos, that 41% there is the second line down from that. You'll see median sales prices increased 41% 2021 to 2022. So I thought those numbers were astonishing. Wait till you hear these. All right. So I'm moving into Fort Pierce, and this I think speaks to what I was saying a little earlier, is that Fort Pierce, I believe, is the next frontier, and as far as South Florida is concerned. It's what I mean by that is it's just going to be. I think it's just going to grow, in a wild fashion very soon.
Yeah.
So the numbers in the city of Fort Pierce, the number of closed sales of single family homes in February 2021 was 79. 79 homes in the month of February 2021 were sold. We had an increase in the number of homes sold to 90 in February 2022. That's a 13.9% increase. But listen to this. The median sales price in February 2021 for a single family home in Fort Pierce was $210,000. The median sales price for a single family home in Fort Pierce in February of 2022, $300,000 in
Wow.
Fort Pierce. And Fort Pierce historically, has gotten a bad rap, I think, and I don't believe deservedly. I think Fort Pierce has always had its beauty. So, but now we're really starting to see it. That's a 42.9% increase year over year in single family home median sales price from February 2021 to February 2022. 42.9% increase. So if you think Fort Pierce isn't a nice place to go, I don't know. Seems like other people do. And I'm willing to bet that those who bought in Fort Pierce over the past 5 years or so are really going to enjoy a really good return on their investment. So
people used to say that about Port St. Lucie. The things that it's this swampland. It's a town in the middle of nowhere. And now
we used to hear that. I grew up in Palm Beach County, and that's what Port St. Lucie was known for. Just sort of it wasn't I guess West Palm Beach, but hey, look, you know what, coming up strong. So So anyway, next metrics I want to point out. This might be the most astonishing of all. I know that I'm telling you, this is remarkable to me. Townhomes and condos is what we're looking at next. Again, February 2021 to February 2022. Closed sales were 44 in 2021. Closed sales in February of 2022 were 40. That's a 9.1% reduction. Now, this is the biggest change of all. The median sales price of a townhome or a condo in Fort Pierce in 2021 was $186,400 in February 2021. In February 2022, $339,000.
Oh my
That
goodness.
is an 81.9% increase in the median sales price of a townhouse or a condo in Fort Pierce, February
say
2021 to February 2022.
81.9%.
81.9%
Oh my
increase in the
gosh.
median sales price. So,
Yeah.
and I mean, all the numbers, the graphs are all showing a tremendous upward trend. The next thing I'm going to look into are interest rates, what they've done over the past couple of months since the Fed last month increased the. From what I understand, there's actually no correlation in the Fed rate to the mortgage rate, but so these numbers are pretty remarkable.
Yeah, I mean 81% for you
Yeah.
to for you to I mean, man, I remember when I bought my house, um the people giving advice, all that stuff at the time, they were like, well, if you can get a 10% increase over 7 to 10 years, then that's a great thing,
Yeah. Huh, yeah.
but we're talking about 80% increase. I mean, that's insane. It's
Yes, sir.
insane. I would have if I couldn't have dreamed of that
No,
back then.
absolutely. Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So,
All right. Well, we do have Shannon who has repositioned herself to showcase us some of the doggies. So before we kind of give a wrap up about what the market is looking like based on these numbers that we've seen, I want to bring her back on, talk a little bit about the doggies. And I keep saying doggies. I'm a 5-year-old child. About the dogs, right? And after that, we'll give a sort of wrap up of what's happening.
okay.
All right. Shannon,
Hi guys.
welcome
there.
back.
Yeah, so first I did want to touch base. I know that you guys Eric and Jorge came out here and they featured Jimmy last week, and
Love
Jimmy
Jimmy.
went to yeah, he's awesome. So he went to Luke Day, and like they said, one of the photographers of the event got to meet Jimmy and fell in love with him. He was a great dog who has been here for 9 months, and it took him getting out into the community to find his forever home. And thanks to Eric, Jimmy not only got to find his forever home, but his new family got to go home with a new bed, new food, his favorite toys, and his favorite treats. So it was really cool to be able to send them home with that.
That's awesome.
So today, I'm going to go ahead and put the camera down, but I wanted to introduce you to Blue. So let me
my
go
boy
ahead
Blue.
and get this going for you. Can you guys see him
Hey.
okay?
Yeah, there's Blue.
Yep, so this is Blue. He is an American Staffordshire Terrier mix.
Okay.
He is estimated to be about 1 or 2 years old.
He's slightly out of the camera. There
yeah,
he is.
He's coming back.
There he is.
so-
Oh man, look at that.
Yep, he's one of our playgroup rock stars here.
What does that mean?
It means he does well with other dogs and gets
Really?
to participate in play groups here at the shelter as part of our enrichment team.
That's cool.
He's quite the lover. Yep, now he's just laying on the ground. But
oh, that's great.
oh, yep,
oh,
he
look
just,
at him.
oh, by the way, he loves belly rubs. I was actually about to say
Well, you
that,
don't-
so
you
he
don't
just
say.
wanted to show
You
you.
don't say.
Yeah, so he loves water. So ideally, whoever adopts him would get him a doggy pool because he just loves it so much, or sprinklers or whatever water it is. He's very
Really?
playful, very energetic. He is a big body and very energetic, so we do
What a
recommend
beautiful
him.
dog.
Yeah, he's so cute and he's so friendly.
Yeah.
We do recommend just older kids and maybe like young teens because he is so energetic and pretty strong dog. We just want to make sure it's a good fit.
Okay.
But so loving.
Yeah.
Yep. So he
That's
actually
great.
does know his basic commands as well. So I'm going to back this up. So Shannon, hi, Bug. Hi. Okay.
So-
Go. He's very treat motivated, and
Of
so
course.
he does know
Oh,
sit
look at
on
that.
command and down.
Oh,
Oh,
look
trying
at
to show
that.
you guys that.
Oh, that's
But-
great.
Yep.
So he's trained.
Yep. He's
And no-
really
Do you know, are these? I mean, you know these are they house? I assume they're housebroken, right? Do you have any?
Is Blue housebroken? He is, yeah. So it is always a little hard to know at a shelter just
Okay.
because they do sit longer than maybe
Yeah.
a house pet would. But he's actually one of the better ones and does really well at keeping his kennel clean.
And that's Blue, right?
Yep, this is Blue.
Awesome.
Yep. So he's been his 1 year in the shelter is actually coming up next month
Oh
on the
my,
15th.
he's been in the shelter for a year.
Almost, yeah. So
That's a
definitely
shame.
we want to get him out. That way he doesn't have to celebrate a 1 year with us. And that way
Okay.
he can
Yeah,
celebrate
no.
his gotcha day instead.
All right. We'll see if we can't get the word out, guys. Somebody find somebody to go and adopt Blue. It's like a good dog, right?
Super great dog. So
Yeah.
friendly and so playful.
Awesome. Very
Yeah,
good.
so one other thing about Blue is he is obviously, as you can tell, so friendly. However, one of the things that a lot of shelter dogs experience is their poor kennel behavior. So when people walk through the kennels to meet him, he can seem quite intense. He is a very energetic dog. So when you walk by, he kind of does parkour in his kennel. He'll jump from side to side and seem like an intense dog, only for you to get him out here to see who his true personality is. So my biggest recommendation for anyone who visits a shelter is ask the staff like what their personality is. That way you can find a dog who matches your personality, and don't judge them by their kennel behavior. Wait till you meet them and see their real personality before judging them.
And even, I think it's probably a good idea to come out and even walk the dogs around, right?
Yes.
So I spent some time walking a couple dogs. Shannon there trained me to walk some dogs the other day, and man, that's just there. I find that therapeutic actually. I like just walking the dog and letting them explore, and that's the way I think to get to know the animals and if they'd be a good fit. You guys have some play yards there that you can, people can, take the dogs in and get to know them. So if you're looking for a dog, come out and check out Blue. Spend some time with him. Not, of course, in the kennel. Man, I think we'd all be a mess if we were stuck in a cage for 22 hours a day. So
yeah, so just like you do, Eric, we always recommend everyone to come and really meet the dogs, especially volunteering. You could find the perfect fit for you and meet all of our amazing residents.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
What an awesome dog. And Blue isn't the only one like that. Like last week we saw Jimmy, and this week we're seeing Blue. There are so many awesome doggies at the Humane Society, but we need to find Blue a home. So let's work on that this weekend as we're looking for homes in the South Florida area.
Blue and Harvey. Blue and Harvey, right? Let's see if we can't get Blue and Harvey a home. Harvey the cat.
Harvey, yeah, that's true. We
Harvey the cat Harvey as well. Blue the dog. Look at that.
Pet of the month. Pet of the month, Harvey. Yeah. and Blue.
Harvey and Blue.
Well, thank you, Shannon.
Somebody come get both of them. I bet you they'd make a great couple.
They'd make a great kids TV show or a movie. The Harvey and Blue show.
Well, thanks, Shannon. We really appreciate your time. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Thank you guys again.
All right.
Thank you. You take care. All right. What an awesome dog, man. And
yeah,
and a really nice cat.
You know what's funny is when I go over there and I walk in there and I see all those dogs, I'm like, you know what? Everybody get in the truck. Let's go. You're coming home with me. My wife wouldn't tolerate that.
Yeah, I like cats. I like cats.
Huh?
I feel like doing that with cats. I'm not gonna lie. But I even though I've had dogs in the past. I grew up with a Rottweiler as my home pet, and I had a Yorkie when we first got married, but I see Blue and I see Jimmy, and I'm like, man, I want to take these dogs home. Like,
yeah. I agree. I understand. So
yeah. So let's give a little bit of a wrap up, Eric, here on the market and what people can be looking forward to this weekend and as they go out.
Well, I'm going to be at soccer games. I think we got one that got canceled. I'll be out I'll be out doing. Otherwise, I'll
On the
be out
field.
working on my garage. That's what I'm looking forward to this weekend. But I'm always paying attention to the market, always watching the numbers.
Yeah.
What you're feeling is real. It'll be interesting to see the type of effect that the interest rates increasing are going to
Mhm.
have on the heat of the market. Um,
Mhm.
so I'm really starting to pay attention to what the rate increases, what kind of effect the rate increases are going to have in the movement. Is it going to
Yeah.
increase our inventory? Are we going to see a reduction in prices? Are we going to see a reduction in the speed of the increase in the prices? It's really interesting. We'll have to watch over the next couple of months. We'll see. I think it'll probably take maybe maybe 6 to 8 months or 6 to 9 months to see what the rate increase is going to do. But it's obviously something we're going to be watching and
Right.
any updates that I become aware of, I'll of course share with everybody here.
Of course. Thank you so much, Eric. I think that we've learned a lot. You've given us a lot of information today for sure.
My pleasure.
And these PDFs will be available for you if you are interested. We're going to drop them in the comment section below, but also we'll leave a link back to FloridaListingSource.com where you can download them and use them for your information or share them if you want. All right. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. Have a wonderful afternoon and enjoy the weekend. Take care.
See you later.